Everyone, I hope all of you are healthy and safe. Cambridge International School Daswa has taken the initiative to reach out every child at this time of crisis COVID-19. Myself Rita from Cambridge School, and here I am going to teach you one topic, ethnic composition of Sri Lanka, political science, and chapter 1, power sharing. In my previous lecture, I have discussed the ethnic composition of Belgium. Today I am going to teach you ethnic composition of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an island nation and few kilometers away from Tamil Nadu. Sri Lanka has a diverse population. Today, here I am going to draw India's map. Though we are not learning India. Here every time you see a small country, this is Sri Lanka. Right? But we are here not to discuss about India. We are going to discuss here Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. I'm going here to draw. This is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has a diverse population. It is few kilometers away from Tamil Nadu. Its population is almost 2 crore, exactly like our Haryana and Punjab. But the thing is that here the composition of population is diverse. Fine, 74%, 18%. See, so these 74%, those who are in majority group, they are Sinhala speaking. Sinhala is the language, they are Sinhala speaking, and 18% people are Tamil language speaking. See the difference, majority, minority. Here 74% people are in majority and those who speak Sinhala language. Here 18% speak Tamil language. So from here the problem starts. Sri Lankan government follow the system of majority. From majority, the term is majoritarianism. Majoritarianism means that kind of policy in which majority people can do whatever it wants. Majority communities' demands and policy will be listened by that country's government. And majority people will ignore the demands, the wishes and the needs of minority people. So what happened in actually this country got independent in 1948. Fine. But the problem occurred in after 1950s. 1950s, an act was passed. This act was passed by the Sri Lankan government and 3-4 objectives were there for the majority group only. And this act was not welcomed by minority group, and that was Sri Lankan Tamils. Now this act gave 3 provisions. According to this act, first provision is official language. Fine. Official language. Second, official religion. And official language, official religion, and third was job opportunities and university positions. These 3 objectives for 1956 Act. Sri Lankan government made official language Sinhala, my dear. Official religion, Buddhism. And job opportunities and university positions only for Sinhala people. See, all the objectives were in favor of Sinhala speaking people because they were in majority 74%. This was a big mistake done by Sri Lankan government because they ignored minority people, Sri Lankan Tamil and Indian Tamil also. You know, Sri Lankan Tamil who were the native of Sri Lanka. But Indian Tamils, those who migrated from India to Sri Lanka for the purpose of some plantation work or any other kind of works at the time of colonialism. So further, what happened? What was the result? After passing 1956 Act, obviously Sri Lankan Tamil people were angry with these terms. So finally, what were the results? What were the results and their demands? First, Sri Lankan Tamils got angry and they started feeling alienation among all the population. Because they started feeling like an alien, that no one is listening to them. It means they are inferior than that of majority people, Sinhala speaking people. Second result that among Sri Lankan Tamil, inferiority complex. There was inferiority complex in minority group Sri Lankan Tamils, and they started feeling like ignored. No sensitive leader. At that time, no sensitive leader was there in Sri Lanka that would be listen the problem of minority group. And finally, what was the result? The result, civil war. These people, Sri Lankan Tamil people, they started demanding for separate state that is called Tamil Elam. Elam state. They started launching different kinds of movements, demonstrations and struggles. But what happened? Their demand, no one listened their demand, denied for each and every right. And finally, there was civil war in Sri Lanka. Number of people were killed. Number of people were killed. Thousands of people injured. This was the big mistake done by Sri Lankan government, that it make policies in the favor of a majority community, that is Sinhala people. So thousands of people were killed. It was a situation like conflict within the country, and finally this was ended in 2009. This was for all the day, and today I would like to sum up it. We have discussed 3 things in it, and my dear students, you have to write here 3 questions, and here first question is you have to describe ethnic composition of Sri Lanka. And second question, 1956 Act objective. And third, results of majoritism. So these 3 questions you people will write in your notebook with the help of NCERT book, and the same topic you will observe from page number 2, 3 and 4. Please note it down, 2, 3 and 4. Fine. So in my next lecture, I will discuss about India power sharing. We have discussed Belgium, we have discussed Sri Lanka, and in my next lesson, we will discuss about India's power sharing system. Thank you and have a wonderful day.